Let's start with something simple. Here I've created a rectangle with a fixed width and height. Now I'm going to add something on top of it using the dot overlay modifier. Inside the overlay, I've added a smaller red rectangle. The smaller shape sits on top of the main view. And you're not limited to just shapes. You can add text, images, or any SwiftUI view inside the overlay. By default, the overlay sits in the center of the view, but we can control its position using the alignment parameter. In this example, I've added alignment .top leading. That moves the smaller rectangle to the top left corner of the base view. You can also use other values like top trailing, bottom, center, or bottom leading. The nice thing about overlays, you can add more than one. Here I've added one red rectangle in the top left and another green rectangle in the bottom right. Each overlay has its own alignment, and they stack on top of the original shape. This is a clean way to layer views without using a Z-stack. And because each overlay is isolated, it's easier to control their position and style. Now let's talk about the offset modifier. Offset lets us move a view from its original position without changing its layout space. So even though the view moves visually, SwiftUI still treats it like it's in the same place. In this example, we have a rectangle, and we apply offset X, 50. That moves the rectangle 50 points to the right, but its original layout position is still the same, it just looks shifted on the screen. This is useful when you want visual movement, like in animations or effects. The Y value in offset is used to move the view vertically. So if we write offset Y50, the rectangle moves 50 points down. If we use a negative value like -50, it moves up. That's it. The I value controls vertical movement on the screen. Let's create a simple example. I have a few words inside an H stack. Right now, everything looks normal. All the words are visible, and there's no problem yet. Now, let's create the problem on purpose. I'll add some horizontal padding to make the space smaller. As you can see now, there isn't enough space for all the words. Some of them are getting compressed and broken into multiple lines. The problem is that SwiftUI is trying to force everything into the small space we gave it. It doesn't know that we want the words to keep their natural size. And that's where fixedSize comes to the rescue. By adding fixedSize, we're telling SwiftUI, don't squash this view. Let it stay at its natural size. Now the words won't get compressed anymore. They will keep their proper shape, even if the space is small. And one extra thing you should know, fixedSize also allows you to control it separately for horizontal or vertical. Here, we're saying, you can shrink me horizontally if needed, but never shrink me vertically. But for most simple layouts, just using fixedSize alone is enough.